people, this is honeymaysims and welcome back to my channel and another speed build. So today I'm building a small and simple base game family house in Willow Creek, and this should be the Rindle Rose lot, which is a 20 by 15 lot. I did double check the name just in case, since in my last video I actually said the wrong name. And yeah, that's what happens sometimes when I move the lot around and it doesn't change to the correct lot name. Anyway, this is the lot next to the pancakes household, and it should fit around 4 sims with 2 bedrooms, one with a double bed and then one with a bunk bed. My inspiration for this one came from a very simple Pinterest exterior I saw, and I kind of immediately went into game to build it, and I quickly figured I wanted it to be base game, even though you'll probably see me use a cottage living column in the beginning here at the front, but don't worry, I changed it out later. And finally, since this was a quite small lot, I think I used exactly 2 hours building this, which must be a record, I would say, since I usually spend hours doing one house on a bigger lot, and honestly I'm not the best at doing small houses anyway, since I find it difficult to make it look interesting, which is kind of the case with this one as well. Not really interesting looking in my own opinion, but at least it's base game and I think somewhat affordable as well. If I'm not wrong, this ended up around 50 to 60,000 simoleons, so if your sims work hard, they'll be able to move in here in no time. So it is a simply decorated house, and I think it would be a fun project to kind of renovate and update the items as you earn more money. And yeah, I also wanted this to look kind of cute with the pink exterior and some interior as well. Even though I contemplated going with blue in the beginning, since it also matched the house next to it, which I actually made last year. So I'm actually building this in my gameplay save file, which is why you'll see that one, since I used that for my generational family. And I also believe it's one of my most downloaded houses on the gallery. That makes me so happy because I'm really satisfied with that one. So I was thinking one of my young adult sims would move into this pink base game house eventually and maybe start their little family, and then they're close to the rest of their family as well. So I kind of like that idea. And we're actually not looking at a pink house right now, but I'm going to change that out eventually, as right now I'm just working on the windows. And yeah, when I was working on the columns especially, I kind of missed that one simple column from Get Together. So always when I'm doing base game houses, I really miss that one, and I'm really crossing my fingers that eventually we're going to have that in base game, that the team is going to update it. But yeah, just daydreaming a bit. Because I really think a lot of simmers would enjoy that as well and appreciate it. So yeah, and I feel like always when I'm doing family houses, I want some nice fencing around it, and I actually kind of really like this one from base game, which it comes in at least a white and brown swatch, and I'm not sure if it has like a light wood one as well, or like a warm tone. But yeah, and now I'm working on the layout, so I think this one came along pretty quickly because yeah, it's a small house. And I knew that I wanted at least like a master bedroom and a bedroom for the children as well, or the child, whatever you want, but at least it's going to fit 2 children if you want to, in like a bunk bed, and then a double bed in the master bedroom. And yeah, finally we're going to change it to pink, which I think ends up looking pretty cute in my opinion, and hopefully you'll think the same. So I'm going with a light wood on the flooring, and then I used these white doors, and I also wanted to have that kind of grand door to like the kitchen and living room from the entrance. And we're going with a little pink or like peach color on the walls with like the white trims at the top and bottom, and then just a simple white tile in the bathrooms. So there's going to be one bathroom on the first floor and then another one on the second floor. So I hope no Sims is going to pee their pants in this house, hopefully. And I also think like the layout with the kitchen and kitchen, dining, and living room come pretty quickly as well. I think a lot in this house just came about really quickly, I would say, and it really explains why I just used 2 hours on this as well. And I'm not sure if that is like a long time for some of you or a short time, but yeah, as I mentioned earlier, that's kind of short for me. In the living room, I wanted to use the Space Game couches to kind of make an L shape, and I also wanted to use these cabinets to make like a custom TV unit of some sorts. So I'm using this little TV that I just love to use, and eventually on like the right side where you can see there's flowers right now, there's going to be a bookshelf. So yeah, it is really simply decorated as I mentioned earlier, but I think it does its job and it makes it affordable as well. So the Sims 4 developers also recently showed us like the roadmap for the first quarter of 2022, and so there is going to be a game pack, but also 2 kits, which honestly I'm not too excited about, but I think at least this game pack sounds interesting. So a lot of people is theorizing that it's going to be wedding themed, and I really hope it's going to be like expansive enough to be a game pack, and I'm not really sure what I would want to be included in it, but I saw someone had mentioned that it would be cool to have like a wedding planner career, and I think that sounds really interesting, so kind of crossing my fingers that's going to be in it. And I'm not really sure what else would be in it, so it's kind of interesting to wait and see what they reveal to us, and when there's going to be a trailer as well. I think it would fit really nicely for around like Valentine's and such, so maybe a trailer is going to come soon. So yeah, I guess it's just time to stay tuned again, because they were being really quiet for some time, and finally they revealed something, and it will be exciting to see what else they have to show us. And hopefully there's going to be more base game updates as well. And they also recently gave us a new delivery with like the new system, where we got like a wedding outfits for, I think it's the Korean culture, so like a hanbok and something like that, which I haven't really looked into yet, but it's looking nice, and it would be so cool if they introduced more like of those cultural outfits and yeah, cultures in general, and hopefully not behind a paywall, but just updated into the game. The roadmap is also saying that there's going to be some community collaborations both in game and out, and I'm curious to see what that's all about as well. So maybe either there's like some CC creators or maybe some branding or something, I don't know. So, what are your theories about both the game pack and the kits? What are your thoughts about kits in general? And what else would you like to see in the game? Maybe you want to let me know in the comments. I'd always love seeing what your thoughts are. So, yeah, I would appreciate that. And back to the build, I'm just putting in some little details everywhere, like in the kitchen and stuff, and then we're on to the kids' bedroom. I knew I wanted to have at least one desk so that they could have a little laptop on it, but I also included like that little cork board on the wall, and I added some of those cards that you can get from like the pen pal function through the laptop, I think. I'm not too familiar with that one in gameplay myself, but at least it looks nice when you're decorating. So I put like a little toy box, and I also wanted that unicorn drawing, so I put it on the door so it looks like they have like drawn on their door. And like that giraffe toy or like a plushie and a dresser, and yeah, it's coming together. And then we're on to the master bedroom. I also used those cabinets from downstairs, so as a night table, so I put lights on top of it, and I used that base game bed with like that colorful blue and green and that leaf pattern. But then I also remembered that it would be nice to have like posters on the dresser in the kids' room, so I just kind of deleted the walls around it and used the Alt key to freely move it, and just like the up and down key, which I think is like 9 or something on my keyboard, so I'm not too sure what it is on everyone else's, because it kind of varies from keyboard to keyboard. A simple Google search is probably going to give you the answer, so if you're wondering what it is, that's probably the way to go. So yeah, we're coming up to the screenshots soon. So as always, you can find this build on the gallery. My ID is Owlrick, but you can also find it under the hashtag honeymaysims. And I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more content, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on anything in the future. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!